Alright, so we got all the ingredients here. We're ready to mix up. As you can see, our yeast is ready. I can smell it, man. These donuts is ready. I got the eggs at room temperature, ready to go. We got the can of butter, the most important ingredient. That's what's going to make this THC infused on top of deep frying it in can oil. So we got the 4.5 cups inside already. So we ready to mix it. I already added the salt component, the sugars inside the milk, and man, I'm ready. Ready to mix this. We had this sitting for at least 10 minutes. So scrape all the ingredients in, all the wet ingredients to be exact. Got the egg at room temperature. Yeah, I've learned over the course of time baking with eggs, it has to be room temperature, otherwise it's just not going to work. The cold eggs will chill all the ingredients and deny that said fluffiness. So we've been working on that. Get this going. Might need to add more flour as we go along. Hopefully not, so we don't mess up the flavors. I love this mixer. It's become very essential to me. Alright, so while this mixes up, we're going to get back to you guys. We're going to knead this bad boy in a minute. Alright, we're back. The dough is finally finished. And now it's time to get the kneading. Kneading and bleeding. I don't want to say the other one. Kneading and beating. I still said it anyway. Okay, so we got a small little dough ball here. We're going to put that on a little bed of flour. Scrape up the rest. Wish I had a little scraper to scrape it like a bowl with a forky, like 21 Savage had. And we'll just add flour as we go along and knead this bad boy. Since we use the mixer, we don't necessarily have to knead it for the long periods of time like most directions would strongly suggest. I still get a good product at the end of the day. So we're going to get the kneading. Yeah, see, it's mostly smooth already, so that way I don't really have to. This is going to be a nice, small, and very potent batch. Now, I have experience making donuts. I made the original, or what I call my patented candy cake donuts, because nobody out here is making cannabis-infused cake donuts except me. And this is my first time making cannabis-infused yeast rings. Or we're just going to call them the Krispy Kreme knockoffs because based off the smell and the ingredients, I could imagine that this is very close to a Krispy Kreme recipe. Alright, I'm going to go finish eating this up, guys, and then I'll be back. Alright. Oh man, I love the smell of this. So the yeast has doubled in size. And let's give it a nice little push down. We're going to push it down. And then we're going to, well, I'm going to cut it up into a couple of pieces, bag it up. And whatever small little piece I have, we're going to make donuts with that from there. So let's give it that good old hole in the bag. Well, not a hole in the bag, you know what I mean. So we're going to have to put this on the table, spread it. And cut this bad boy up. I forgot to bring all the materials. Alright. Look at that bad boy dough. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright. So before I decide to stretch it out, I'm gonna cut this into 4 pieces. Because truth be told, I genuinely believe these Easter eggs need to be made fresh. So that said, we're gonna ball these up and separate 3 out of the 4. I'm gonna just make these into little balls, little yeast balls. You know what? Let's put 2 together. Yeah, let's put 2 together and let's roll it out. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Personally, I would want to use a rolling pin, but my rolling pin is pretty big, and I stretch pizza out quite often. So I just feel like I'm going to just go ahead and just roll it out just like this. Now, I don't want to roll it out too flat because I want fluffy donuts. So I'm going to use my lucky little donut cutter, as I would call it. Get that flat enough across. Make the donut holes. Try to make as many as I can. And then we're going to work the dough, and then we're going to make some more. Alright. Something told me. This up here. Guess I didn't need to have an extra container. So with these here, you know, I actually forgot what I was going to be doing, making donuts, and I forgot I'm going to apply the same principle as oh, okay. No, this is going to be a little, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. I have the patented shot glass. But you know, I thought I brought my shot glasses down, but I guess not. Oh, I found one. Alright, so we're going to make the nice little holes with the miniature shot glass. So I know I was supposed to be doing something. Yeah, I was supposed to make the holes with these bad boys. And luckily that we have the dough that we have, we could just simply do that. Alright. Yeah, I totally forgot about this bad boy. Totally forgot about that. Alright, so let's get making the holes for the center. Yeah, because I probably only want to do 2 or 3 donuts. But knowing my lady, I definitely got to give her 3. Might be only need 2 because these bad boys look very, very fluffy. So, alright. So we got 6 rings right here, like the Jordan sneakers. 6 rings. And that's actually a good little haul. Now, if I were to actually roll it out and completely flatten it, I promise you I could get a good dozen out of this. Well, actually a lot more. Because with my candy cake donuts, I can relatively get 4 dozen donuts out of 1 oversized sack of dough. So with this, and this is like half a sack. So we got 6 now. Like I said, I could probably make them a little smaller, possible, but gotta be something for the future. Not now, because we having a little bit of fun and we're making donuts. sometimes you got to make them a little bigger than what you expect, and you get the results that you want. All right. So we got 4 here. So I was only able to make 10. A little short. Short of a dozen. But that's not a big deal. I'm going to actually keep that little part right there. All right. Oh, I'm over here like, oh yeah, I'm finished with my hole punching. Nope. Got 3 more to do. Yeah, these suckers is going to be outrageously fluffy. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the Krispy Kreme infused glazed donuts, man. I don't even know when was the last time I made donuts like from scratch like this. And then I can keep going and I can make 1 more out of this. Wow. Now, if I'd have utilized that dough a little bit better earlier, then I definitely would have excuse me, I would have been able to get a full dozen out of this. But it's okay. It's all right. We squeezed 11 out. And surprisingly, we squeezed 11 out. So that's good enough. So we're going to have these sit until they rise. And then we're going to cook them, which is only going to be about a few minutes, guys. So I'll see you in a few seconds with the deep fryer. All right, so we got the donuts ready. They're nice and fluffed up some. And now they can go in the deep fryer. Just like that. Now make sure it's at 3. I have my temperature set at 350. Donuts cook really fast. Because they're light and airy, cake donuts usually take about a minute per side. I could give or take say the yeast will probably be about 30, maybe 45 seconds. So let's see. Let's just keep watch and just make sure we gotta flip and flip. Because that's very important that we gotta flip the donuts at the right time. Let's get our paper towels and stuff set up. It's probably the only time you won't see me wearing gloves because it's not icky. I don't feel it. You see it's starting to fluff up. Okay, nice, nice. Actually, you were supposed to put this little dough ball in here just to test it works, to get an idea of how long we should cook our donuts. But I guess it's gonna cook a lot. It's gonna cook the same rate as a cake donut. Yeah, other side was getting firm. Now, you know what? Let's put it back. Put that side back, because I have a feeling them donuts is going to need at least 2 to 3 minutes to cook in the deep fryer. I should have set my timer, but it's fine. All right, it's almost time to flip it over. All right. I'll give that an early flip. This little puff ball, I'm not too sure how to exactly deal with that, but we'll get to it when we do. But for now, we're gonna cook some canna cake and not canna cake. Oh my gosh, I love my canna cakes. We're making our THC infused Krispy Kreme donuts, the glazed ones, because canna cakes that's patented. That's all me right there. Try to flip this over. Probably running for another 30-45 seconds. Yeah, man, so this is really my first time making yeast ring donuts. This is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Alright. It's almost done. What they call that, golden brown delicious. That's how I'm gonna call it. GBD. Now, I had forgot too that these donuts are a lot thicker, so they're actually going to take a lot more time to cook. I didn't take that into consideration because I didn't roll them out. So, going forward, I will make these a little bit flatter so they cook faster. Because that's usually the case. Ooh. Nice and brown. Look at that. Look at that. My first. Woohoo! A first yeast ring. Oh, man. Yo, this is my first yeast ball. All right, so let's get the next round going. Actually, we'll put two at a time. Oh, one look like it's trying to detach. Now, you know what? Them donuts is big and broad, bro. We gonna fix this too. Fix this on. All right, so while that one is cooking, I'm gonna put a timer on, and we're gonna flip it at 1:30. Not only that, we're also gonna get started on the icing. We're gonna make some glazed icing from scratch, and it's gonna be fun. All right, so for the recipe of what we're going to be using is going to be confectioner's sugar, milk, and vanilla extract. So, we do that. That donut's taking its time. All right. Where's the confectioner's sugar? All right. While we check on this donut and we start setting up, I'll be right back. Alright. We got the next set of donuts going in the deep fryer. And now we're making the goodies. Guys, 2 to 4 tablespoons of milk and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. We're going to use lactose-free milk for this. I'm not a fan of regular milk unless it's like cheese. So we're going to do 2 to 4 tablespoons of milk. And we're going to add it into the pot. We're going to get this heat up real quick on the stove. And then we're going to add a little bit of vanilla extract into there. Not going to add much because vanilla extract is very potent. So it calls for a teaspoon. All right. And now we're going to whisk that bad boy up over the stove and we're going to have ourselves some glaze. All right. These are puffing up so we can flip them. Look at that. Now they fighting to stay in. They just need to properly align themselves like the roommates they are. And they're good. Oh, okay. That is some thick glaze. a little bit, pinch more milk. Wow. And as you can see here, we're making our glaze from scratch. This is a really thick base right here. Nice. Alright, so we got our glaze made with a little bit of milk, powdered sugar, and all that stuff. Let me put all the ingredients back. Alright. Those are done. We're going to rest these donuts onto this plate here. Actually, no, we're gonna actually glaze these bad boys up some. I don't want to make it a little thinner, but it'll do. Okay, that glaze is really nice. This has a really nice glaze to it, so what I do best. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna put the final two in and get the shaking because I'm ready. I'm ready to eat these. That is a good glaze. I'm just, whoo! Hands down, that is good. And you can see the results. Look at that. Look at how beautiful this donut is. Oh man. Woo! These were good, man. This is definitely a good look for me right now. So I got my two donuts cooling down, and I'm gonna see you guys in the studio. Alright, we got the final product right here. I'm ready to taste it. This THC infused Krispy Kreme glazed donut. Oh my gosh. Adding can butter and then frying it in canola oil. I'm telling you guys right now, each donut is 75 milligrams of pop, no cap. Y'all not ready for this. I'm telling y'all not ready for this. I see the donut. I don't like touching it with my bare hands. Oh, this is delicious. Stop playing with me. For my first time making tasty infused Easter eggs or Krispy Kreme knockoffs. Yeah, this is it. Now let's keep going, guys. More to come.